Okay, so yeah, from what I've heard, you want to make sure that you are really prepared before you go in here, because we won't be coming back to my castle for longer than usual, but let's go. Some ways I do prefer having a back-to-back chapter at this point rather than right at the very end, although Oh, that's interesting. Oh, this must be all the way back at Hoshido. Yeah, it is. It's the same map where we fought Hinoka back in Conquest. Kind of interesting to see green Sword Masters and Master Ninjas, though. Haven't really seen any of those, except for that one point Saito was an ally on Conquest. And why is Hinoka back at the castle on this route again? It just doesn't make much sense.
Let me help.
And, well, Berserker versus Swordmaster and Scarlet being a complete critical machine. So, yeah, but, of course, on my run, Ryoma often got killed by Berserkers because I was just that unlucky.
Here we go.
Leave it to me.
They can't even support, and they're still doing well together.
Excellent.
Yeah, so that's what happens if you send Berserkers to fight Swordmasters. Again, unless you're fighting me, in which case you still win that way.
Yes.
Hey!
Pardon?
And Yukimura has no idea who she is. Hey, look, it's two Koran sexuals meeting. That's kind of rare. Also, for some reason, Yukimura isn't playable on this route, and that actually worries me a little bit. Yeah,
right.
that doesn't bode well for his life expectancy. Yeah, so she's definitely not trying to invade.
Glad to meet you.
The, pleasure is all mine.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a fully voiced... I don't know if he's ever used that quote before.
Hey.
And you're an idiot and didn't listen to him when he was speaking the truth. Curses, he isn't dead yet! Why am I so antagonistic towards Kamui on this route? I don't know, but I am. I want him to die, for some inexplicable reason.
Yes.
And I was an idiot and ignored it. Yeah, and if he's telling the exact same story to multiple people... that's his personal skill, Ryoma. Huh. Maybe that might be foreshadowing other stuff. Well, yeah, considering you're one of the most broken characters in this game. Maybe this is why Ryoma was so antagonistic on Conquest. You should talk with Kaze sometime. He has the exact same issue you do.
You mustn't.
Though in his case, he actually has a reason for not... well, I mean, Kaze was a child at the time, but Ryoma actually may have almost intentionally let him get kidnapped. Yeah, I mean, Garen probably would have killed you pretty easily.
Sure.
Finally, you're talking sense. And I'm guessing we get Scarlet now too.
Thank you.
Yeah, because Scarlet has this feeling, memories of a past life, maybe, that tells her that Kamui is someone she can trust. And for some reason Hinoka is still here and has not joined us yet. That will be rectified probably now.
No.
And of course she is.
What?
Well...
I really hope she has appropriate base stats for when she joins. Yeah, Hinoka does too. By the way, I've read her S support chain with Kamui now, and it's really, really awkward. Ugh, love at first sight with someone who you think is your sibling. It's just, yeah, I really don't like a lot of the Coronet sibling pairings in this game. Or you could have been one of her greatest enemies in another universe. And this is exactly how you feel on Conquest as well.
But
Yeah, stubbornness is an understatement. I've seen how you acted on Conquest. And once again, Yukimura handles the castle's defenses on his own, just like in Birthright, until he magically decided, oh wait, I can actually join you, and leave, like, maybe a puppet Yukimura to guard the castle.
thank you.
Oh yeah, it's not like there's going to be some, like, dark purple possessed Takumi water everywhere. It's not exactly the most encouraging thing to say. Oh, by the way, because you're all gone, this place is probably going to be destroyed, because I'm a very incompetent defender. Yeah. Yes, it does. Fortunately, you're one of the few Hoshiden royals who always survives regardless of route, so don't need to worry too much about you, but we're almost the one we need to be worried about. Of course, on this path, he's certainly going to survive.
Here we go.
And I get the feeling you're going to be arriving where Kamui is at the most dramatic moment. Now all we need is for the Norian royals to come. Whoa. It's just me, or does this remind me of a scene from The Lion King where the savannah's on fire? And look, it's the two I'm pairing. I think they were. They're just not here yet. That'll be next chapter, I'm sure.
Oh?
But meanwhile, why isn't anyone asking why everything is on fire? I think that'd be the more pressing concern. Skies are changing. Must be really hard to sleep in Hoshido now I think about it. This map looks like it's going to be interesting. It's like a maze of firewalls. Oh no! The way this is phrased is eerily similar to certain lines in My Immortal. It was Vladimir and the Death Dealers. No, we don't. Hans is not aligned with him in any way, shape, or form. Hans is aligned with team generic villains of evilness who do things that are evil because they're generic and have no character.
Big brother.
No, it's not.
Listen.
Oh yeah, actually go ahead and do that, Hans. That'd actually help us quite a lot. Well, Berserkers are pretty weak to magic, so Camilla's low magic stat is definitely gonna not be that much of a problem here. Camilla? Camilla! Why did you miss a close range? I knew it! Of course he'd do a big damn heroes. And somehow Hinoka wins against Nax user. And finally those two join. Yeah, I can't wait to see how bad their stats are.
No need to worry.
Let's have some fun.
Everyone.
Amazing.
Finally, the siblings who are with us are reunited with these ones.
Just in time.
Oh my.
And I apologize to interrupt this, but I'm going to say something trollish now.
Huh?
We already know who
Yes.
you two are.
Well,
And you're also good with making interesting lines like, oh, it's dead. Yeah, you certainly got landed with the weirdest retainers of all of them, by far, which is interesting because Hinoka's probably one of the more normal characters. And again, just... yeah.
Thank you. Come on.
I just much prefer to see these characters as siblings rather than potential love interests. This just feels so awkward that way. And now... let's see how this works. I thought there would be Dragon Vein points here. So we have flame walls everywhere. Okay. Oh, right. So those are impassable anyway, though. So we can affect the flames by using these. And a lot of the enemies are promoted here, I just noticed. Okay, now I'm going to look at your base stats later. Just want to look at the enemy stats for a second here. You are actually weaker than the enemies in, you're kind of strong, but... actually, a lot of these enemies aren't as strong as the enemies in Kaldori's Paralog, so... I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but, we shouldn't have too much trouble here, especially with Riorma on our side. Also, hi there, generic villain! And his stats aren't, well, yeah, they're that speed though, really. 9 speed on level 6 Berserker. Yeah, his stats are pretty terrible, actually. Yeah, look, generic Berserkers are better than you Hans. That's how much of a giant fail you are. I mean, at least you have skills, but still. Generic, like, okay, this guy has equal HP than you, and you have HP plus 5. That is kind of embarrassing. Also, you don't move, and you have a weapon that can't counterattack at close range. That is real. Well, you do have a steel axe, but still. Yeah. So I have kind of a plan here. This is gonna sound really, really crap. Why are you in my deployment list? Go away. Sorry. But, I have a crazy, crazy idea. So, I really, really wanted to have Gunther do this on at least one route, and there is no way in hell he was doing it on Conquest. I'm really glad I didn't try that on the Conquest route, but here... so let's see, what is the best sword that you can use? It isn't much, actually. He could use that for some... well, I'll take it. Alternatively, you could go for some kind of a decent axe, maybe? Possibly. So, yeah, his stats are kind of bad, but... if he equips this, how much power does he have? 19. Is that going to be enough to get through Hans' defense? All I need to do is inflict 1 damage at least, because my plan is to Poison Strike him down to 1 HP, and then have Gunther deal the final blow. Alternatively, I did have one idea in my head that I could have Anna finish him off and say something like, we're having a sale this, Hans, but I'd probably prefer for story reasons to have Gunther do it. Speaking of which, who else should I bring here? Keaton got boosts, and I kind of need him and Rinka to get to S. Okay, probably want to bring the other siblings, though. Elise, Takumi, I guess I should probably bring Sakura as well, to reunite everyone. Oh yeah, I need Camilla as well, because of her husband who has now joined. And apart from that, we only have 4 more characters. That is kind of a problem. So, who to bring here? We already have enough healers. In fact, I probably want to... grab one of these, because she'll probably be needing that soon. And might as well take that, because I think I'm going to promote her to... yeah, look at that magic. I'm going to promote her to... yes, she is definitely getting speed blessed if that's that high and Elise's is that low at this point. Now, I need at least 1 ninja, so I think I'm going to go for... where are they? Kaze and Mozu, and I actually kind of wanted to bring Silas and Baruka here, actually, because I haven't really got their supports up all that much, so... okay, now, also, technically, I could bring the partners for... I can't bring the partner for Setsuna because Niles isn't here yet, but I could bring Effie for Azuma, but might want to do that off camera, maybe? Alternatively, I could actually go for... Although there are a lot of axe users here. And it's going to take ages to get Effie all the way up here. Unless I had to go with Gunter. One more slot, though. If I have one more slot, I may as well just bring Effie. You ever see? Maybe you can take a Killer Lance or something. Okay, so obviously Effie's going to stay as close to Azuma as possible. You are going to immediately pair up with Kamui and not do anything until you get to Hans. So, yeah, this is kind of an interesting map. We're all going to be funneled down these corridors. Okay, now I can check out the stats here. Level 11. And her base stats are actually decent, though. Like, for a level 11, those are actually pretty impressive. And now Azuma, level 13, who's, they're pretty good too. Level 3, and yeah, she's still as good as always. And you come with a Master Seal even though you don't even need it, which is probably for Hinoka, now I think about it, who... Well, I mean, that is the guard Naginata talking, but seriously, that is a lot of resistance and just, yeah, you are completely awesome and much, much better than Sakbaki is. And yeah, Ryoma is still pretty crazily broken. So... Right, and now that means Camilla needs to go that way. I guess Camilla can actually... Whereas Elise and Takumi will go this way. Sakura doesn't really have anyone up. Probably need to send one healer up here. Oh, well, actually, I don't. I have Azuma up there, so yeah. Keep the second healer down here. Oh, wait, I didn't... Baruka. That is a problem. I do already have Camilla here. In that case, if I am bringing Effie... Who do I bring here? Well, when you have one extra deployment slot, no harm in not bringing Azura. I mean, that didn't actually come out, right? Basically no harm in bringing Azura, actually, is the right way to say it. And I think this should be okay. Actually not sure what the music's going to be here. I really, really am hoping for a certain track, but let's see if we get it.
Hey.
Yeah, this looks like an interesting map. Please be... Yes! Yes, it's a light! I really hoped that it would be this song. And I am really, really happy now. Even though you're not actually going to be doing a lot of damage, because that guard Naginata is pretty weak. Yes, a light. Thank you for this song game. That is awesome. I'm going to have to, yep.
So bored.
I had a feeling we'd be getting a light for this map. And now I need to heal her. I will just continue listening to the awesomeness that is a light now. The thing about a light, though, is that as far as the song goes, the battle version is so much better than the calm version, and when you hear the calm version most of the time, it's actually a song that, I know I've probably said this before, but it's a song that I prefer listening to on my own time rather than in the game itself. So, as far as calling this like the best track in the game, I actually probably disagree because, again, this song is amazing, but you only hear a few brief seconds of it before it goes back to the calm version again. Needed to get them out of the way. And now... Can't even fully heal because Azuma's magic is kind of bad. But I mean, that makes sense because, yeah, he is basically a priest without faith. In some ways. I see an opportunity for free pot shots at almost no cost. Wait a minute, you can go across these. They say impassable, but that is obviously a lie. Guessing you can walk over them, you just can't stand on them. And this part of the song is amazing. But in that case, are we going to get a Dark Fall in the next chapter? That actually almost feels like that wouldn't really... Setting up a wall there might not be such a bad idea. That will take away this flame there. So yeah, the good thing about having all these royals is we have a lot of potential Dragon's Vein usage. Dragon's Vein! I was about to say something different here, but I'm just going to keep to the original catchphrase. You are all trapped in a giant square of fire. So yeah, enjoy your time there in the flame prison. Where should everyone else go here? Don't want to waste too much experience here, but... Unless the enemies can walk over these, but we can't. That would be really annoying if that was the case. Okay, let's in this case just... Although... Yeah, careful, I don't exactly want to get hit by both the mage and that guy in the same turn. So let's give some stat bonuses. And then... Okay, Sakura will just provide support there. And we'll have Takumi for Takumi things down here. So you are going... Well, actually, you're doing a surprising amount of damage to Camilla. But soon, the true brokening shall commence. For it is time for the union of the two most broken characters in this entire game.
I'll do my best.
And Kaze is actually getting a slightly resistance to him. That is not enough, which is annoying. Okay, you can heal. I want to get rid of you quickly so you don't waste that Ven Staff. Yeah, we really need to watch out for a lot of enemies. Okay, we can hop over those. Good. Need to watch out for a lot of enemies ganging up on us at once across these flame spots. And, of course, that's not quite enough, but with Azura it will be. Although I will need to heal afterwards. Actually, I won't. Alternatively, he could just critical here because he is Takumi. And he didn't, surprisingly enough. This is a very cool map, I will admit. Kind of a shame they saved it for Revelation, because seeing something like this on one of the other routes would be pretty awesome. And the Goat Slayer 2 is for some reason... Oh, it's a harp, you mean, right. Actually, that might help here.
Leave it to me.
Not saying much because this music speaks for itself.
Don't scare me like that.
You're a bad apple.
And Mozu is the one critically. Well, I mean, when you're next to Takumi, you really need to do everything you can as an archer to make sure that he doesn't outshine you. And he will outshine you anyway because he is broken. Now, if anyone's coming across this way, I'll need to be careful. And now here's the annoying instance of when the one I want to heal Takumi is the one who's paired up with him, so I'll need to separate them and it will take a turn to do that, and I won't be able to heal immediately, and yeah.
Don't forget about me.
That was easy.
And now Takumi has lost his competitive bonus.
Yes.
A lot of people are saying it's kind of weird how he'd be trying to outdo a healer, but I mean, Elise is capable of an equal amount of destruction as he is once she promotes. So, speaking of destruction, I'll need to watch out for that guy. And you... Oh, you have Physic. It's not... I don't need to worry. It's not Wayne Festal. I'm kind of fine. Yeah, because Wayne Festal is just really bad and not worth it at all. I was about to say, paper, yay, and then I realized actually it's doing something, which is surprising. We really need to be careful of Kamui, because if he goes down, Gunter's pretty much guaranteed to go too.
Stand firm. I make my own fate.
And then that happened. Super Paper Dragon Shot!
I won't surrender.
Double Super Paper Dragon Shots! As it flies very slowly towards the opposing mage. Very slowly. It's interesting. I guess you can heal your bro. Mostly doing this to get you close to promotion, because that's going to be awesome. Oh, I can't wait until she and Elise can support. That's going to be amazing. Okay, so over here we have a lot of armors. And soon, like I said, the true brokening shall commence. I think I might actually put Azuma here.
Sorry.
And it is cool seeing the sky get... Yeah, just... The location for this battle is pretty awesome. The map itself, I'm not fully sure how I feel about it, but... It's basically just a series of lines crossing each other. And now... It is time! The moment this occurred, the game gave its final cry of undying agony, as it broke into a billion pieces. This is the union of the two most broken pre-promotes to ever exist in this game, and two of the most broken pre-promotes to ever exist in the series. The game is now already dead. I was about to say it just doesn't know it yet, but oh boy, it knows it. It knows it, and it is crying out in agony. I actually think that these two are more broken than Takumi, like that is my opinion, but yeah, they both start out amazing, they have amazing growth rates, they have, well, Realm has a ridiculous personal weapon, there is really just, they have everything going for them, and nothing not going for them, and they are just ridiculous, and, actually, I have no pair-up partner for Hinoko at the moment, so in the interest of preventing dual strikes, let's just do that. And I don't know what Scarlet's gonna... I feel really bad here, because Scarlet doesn't have much she can do. Sadly, she's not a royal, so she can't activate those. You are running back to get it healed. Oh yeah, you are. Thought you were gonna get a vulnerary, but no, you're running back to get a, and dance like that. To get an adventurer.
Listen to your
5 damage from an enemy that is normally quite threatening at this point.
This ends now.
Triple Super Dragon Paper Shot! Kamui, you're just showing off at this point. What just... Oh! Right, this map just got a whole lot more interesting. So... That, like I said, just got a whole lot more interesting. And you're just there. So, they change on their own. That really makes things different. Now I need to be extra careful. But I can block them off there. The Dragon's Veins suddenly get a lot more important. And I have no choice but to let Kamui fight that thing. And now you are not trapped in your prison of fire. Curses. And then that happened.
Remain focused.
Kamui doesn't even need to be focused anymore. Kamui just can wipe out everything without even thinking.
It's over.
And thus a ton of experience is wasted. There are more promoted enemies left here though, so yeah. Actually, I think these two heading further forward is probably a good option. Even though there is an archer incoming. I'll have to use that if I want to...
I'll protect you.
If I want to run around this guy, which I sort of need to. I'd prefer to use that on the archer, but that's fine too.
That was a good fight.
not quite a level up. I don't know why they call this lava fields, though. It probably should have just been fire fields. I was actually thinking that the term fire field sounded familiar to me, and then I realised it's a course in F-Zero, I think. Ah, she's so close to promoting, just not quite there yet. Meanwhile, on the upper lots of promoted enemies there, including you. However, we have the ultimate antidote to that. The ultimate antidote to everything. The combination of the broken. The two pair-ups of the apocalypse. They will destroy everything, and not even ashes shall remain. And not even any experience shall remain, because it'll all be completely wasted. Except, I can have you get some here.
I can protect you.
I won't lose.
And that's, those retaining shared code, I believe.
All done.
No, she didn't say her best quote, sadly. So why can she still get... Okay, yeah, you can go all the way there. I wonder if it's best to activate this or not. Well, I can set up this too. Okay. Dragon's Vein! Sets up that fire, which blocks you off. Not fully, but still kind of blocks you off. And I still don't know what Scarlet can do here. Except maybe try and get that guy, but... You know what? Let's just give her some action. Oh, there's some more. Actually, quite a lot more. Maybe she can lure some in for, Effie to finish off. Hello there! Welcome to the train of ninja death. I actually need to keep Kaze alive for the boss, but hopefully that won't be too difficult. So I really need to Poison Strike him down to 1, even though his experience will be totally wasted that way. And he probably won't have a unique conversation, but anyway. And... yeah, there's this thing about Scarlet and not criticaling. She just doesn't critical that often for me. Okay, I am very glad that you don't double or kill her or anything.
I'm bored now.
Okay then! Today is every Archer's awesome day.
Next.
Otherwise known as Fire Emblem Fates. It's a miracle. Archers are actually awesome now.
Feels good.
Yeah. Her growths aren't fantastic, but I still find her pretty good. Okay, who we got here? And more fire change. You all just walled yourselves off. Congratulations. In fact, I think that actually benefited me more than anything else. I would really like Effie to get some action here, but let's just heal you.
I'll do my best.
I'm also semi-disappointed that we didn't get any kind of explanation for why Hans is here. I was kind of hoping they'd be like, he and Iago would be secretly going, so, he's heading to the bottomless canyon, is he? Well, we should engage our evil plan and destroy him before he reaches there, because we cannot let him find out the truth or something. But should I really expect any less from Hans and Iago at this point?
As it should
They're
be.
going to be generic to the end, aren't they? Because if I was a generic villain with absolutely no backstory, that's exactly what I would be trying to do. Which in this case is just attack people for no reason. But at the very least... let me just see. Okay, you can go there. 36 and Camilla's got 18 defense. Yeah, so if you do 11, then the one who does 36 will be doing 17, and then 11 and 17 is not quite enough to kill her. And there won't be any dual strikes or anything, so hopefully she should be okay doing that. Unless she can't. Well, she does exactly enough to one-round this guy. Because I would really hate to be talking up the ultimate team of Ultimate Broken and have them fail in their first mission.
Aw.
And this isn't actually that much of a waste of experience because Camilla has that thing known as, oh hey, as if she needed to be even more powerful, let's make it so that she has a low internal level. And I really want to take out that fighter there, who is level 15, and I think he will probably kill Azura, so we're going to have to do this now.
Allow me to join.
And zeros.
I make my own fate.
And then that happens. Kamui's gone completely crazy at this point. This is the point where Kamui is truly determined to get to the bottomless canyon, and nothing is going to stop him. Especially not generic villains. With their genericness. For some reason the weird angle there made it look like Sakura was holding a tennis racket instead of a staff. And there actually aren't all that many enemies in this chapter overall, really. There's only a few left-ish, and he can't because of that stupid flame. So I need to... Sailing the Goat Slayer will have low accuracy, so going for this. I will say this map does provide a really cool background, but it really does look like that scene from The Lion King 2. The roasty toasty princess scene, which is kind of... I always found that line really just hilarious and how weird it was. And we actually have princesses here, but hopefully none of them get burned or anything.
I hate to do this.
So, you critical when you don't have the benefit of your skill that increases the critical rate.
Ha!
Okay,
I'm stronger than I look.
that works. Somehow. Oh yeah, sometimes the enemy attack ranges when you've locked in everything makes it harder to see where you can step across. Okay, there's clearly lava below the cracks, which kind of explains where the fire is coming from. And we've got to be very, very careful. That won't really do anything, so... There's no harm in doing this, if only to be able to shout Dragon's Vein again! Though the fire might change next turn. Poor Scarlet, she's not being able to do anything here.
Steel yourself.
And thankfully she's fine. That was not... Okay, the second one did hit. It looked like the second one missed too for a second there. Just like barely clipped the top of his armor.
Oh?
Yes, who knew you had room to improve? That line makes complete sense. And now so many generals are coming up here, which is kind of bad. However, this might be a good opportunity for Effie's ridiculous strength to not do much. Somehow. Camilla is kind of the best unless, you know, they all equip their axes. Do have to be kind of careful of Roma, but... I feel so sorry for you, but you're... Actually, wait a minute, that's not going to kill you. I was about to say unless Roma criticals, but he actually didn't. For some reason. And I don't exactly want Effie to get mobbed by everything, and... So hang on a second, if I gave her the guard Naginata, she might be able to survive decently well against this stuff. Because you're not going to double... Actually, Effie's speed is pretty good, so not much is going to double her. So how much do you do? 19, and then you do 15. Yeah, not a good idea for Hinoka to stay here. let's trade that for, I guess that, just for now. And this is going to do nothing, isn't it? Of course it is. Okay, so... But if she can only get hit by a hand axe, I think she's maybe fine here. Or I can just javelin that guy for 1 HP and then she gets hit in close range with that steel lance, and then... Though she'll only get hit by one thing, I think. I actually think she'll be fine if I do this. Hope she'll be fine.
I suppose I'll help.
If she misses this, this is not going to be good. But she did good.
What a workout.
Yes, finishing off a 1 HP enemy, that's not exactly a workout. Okay, yeah, good. So she only gets hit by that general, which is not going to double her because her speed is higher. Is there any kind of passive bonuses Scarlet can be providing here? Well, if she levels up a little bit, she'll learn Rally Defense, but that's not really what I was thinking of. And now we have some enemies down here, including this guy, which we'll need to watch out for. Because I don't really have many anti-armor characters. I should have given this guy the anti-armor shuriken now I think about it. I suppose I can send Kamui that way. And do some actual good experience for Azura's singing, thanks to his really high level.
Thank you.
Well, good for a relative definition of good experience. I just really want Kamui to destroy everything, but see, he's doing that even with paper, but yeah. Now, let's see you come at us. And yes, like I said, he is destroying everything with paper.
It's not your time yet.
Actually, I think Kamui would say it is his time now. Finally, it is Kamui's time. Yeah, that's fine. Glad a second one wouldn't have been able to hit her, though. Yeah, we are sort of approaching the point where pair up is a lot more... I am really glad that couldn't hit Effie, but also you're an idiot. What is it with Dark Mages and being really stupid in this game? Because, yeah, one shot and you had barely any chance of hitting, and you wouldn't have done much even if you did hit. So, you are, like I said, really, really dumb. But now we have two generals. Uh-oh. Okay, we have those fires. I think hitting that is a good idea. The problem is that, obviously hitting that with Sakura is a really bad idea. Yeah, I want to be able to attack these guys from over there, and I kind of need to use Kamui to do it. Okay. Dragons trap you in one tiny line to make you easy to shoot with my archer's vein. Yeah, they do, well, one of them have the hand axe. I guess no reason not to use the Goat Slayer 2 here. And leech a tiny bit of experience off of you. Then, the super ridiculously overpowered bow makes that look pathetic. But the two archers are definitely putting in... Oh, great. They're both going to suicide into Kamui, aren't they? I really don't want that to happen. So in this case... Okay, paper doesn't... Paper can still activate skills, though. I think that's the real thing that's causing issues with Kamui destroying everything, which normally is a good thing, but here I don't want him to... Yeah, steal too much experience. Yeah, let's just do that just to keep Sakura out of danger. Rally Luck, because that's his floor, even though that doesn't mean anything. And now, this is probably the real area where we might have problems. Although, we do have something called Wilma. So, problems are considerably lessened.
You have breathed your last.
Because when Realma's around, everything breathes their last.
You fought bravely.
Unfortunately, I am broken. Okay. So here's an issue. She needs to get healed. Definitely. Unless I go for the guard Naginata, which could be alright. Okay, I think the safest option here is to have Scarlet get rid of one of them.
I'll protect you.
Could I get a crit
I'm
here?
gonna get Norian on your butt.
Okay, there we go. Because I was like, but I'm already Dorian! Ah!
Not bad.
I actually feel sorry for these guys. I mean, they didn't ask to be assigned to Psycho's division. They probably all have families back home, but yeah, one day they're like, ah, you guys are all with Hans, and they're like, ah. Because I'm pretty sure everyone in the entire Norian army hates Hans and Iago. And is going to be rejoicing when they see them die, which will hopefully be very, very soon. The problem is, if that misses, Effie could die. Except she'll get a full guard meter, so... Oh wait, Hinoko could also die if this misses, so yeah.
Time to say goodbye.
However, she did the exact opposite of missing. Great job, Effie.
Oh no, I'm hungry.
Now she's hungry. Well, you can probably, if you brought some meat or something, you could barbecue it on the firewalls here. There are still quite a lot of enemies.
This one's not afraid to die.
No, it obviously isn't. And now we're doing nothing. Oh yeah, because we don't have the weapon triangle advantage. So maybe there was a problem with using the Goat Slayer here. And then that guy is just desperately trying to do something. Oh, actually, no, it's Quick Draw. That was why I was doing more damage. Okay, she's going to level up after this anyway.
Show me what you've got.
So no harm in having her do this, have Azura sing, and then someone else takes the glory. And she's doing pretty well. And now, that's not quite enough. So this is where having a promoted Elise or Sakura would be really useful, but they just aren't quite up there. See, if you would actually hit Kamui, and now it's going to be really, really hard for you to hit him because of various reasons.
Check out my skill.
Mainly, Duelist Blow and the fact that you will immediately die because of his paper. Actually, that might have been a bad thing I just did. Oh well, I can finish you off.
Remain focused.
Paper!
Guess I did it right. This is
Now,
my
Kamui's stats don't actually look all that impressive without all those boosts from the weapon he's got and the pair-up. And I guess... Okay, Azura's getting there. 2 more levels before Voice of Peace. And in fact, I'm actually kind of fine with... Oh, you have a killer bow. Well, watch out for that. There's also a ton of berserkers around that area. And I kind of really want someone to get hit, just so... Okay, Kamui got hit. Please, okay, you're probably not going to get to level 20 out of this, but almost. One more hit, and then she can promote, and that'll be awesome. Or we got these people up here. Sort of need to do this now.
Thank you.
Actually, a dual Naginata would be quite useful about here. Letting Hinoka fight all of those. And that was pretty amazing. I have heard Azuma has some of the highest growth in the game, it's just the real issue is, do you actually kill her? 32 and then 12, and then you get one more for the weapon triangle advantage. So I don't think she dies to that, but I could be wrong. And you do grant -1 damage taken though. So I'm just going to try something. Also, I would really like for these two to get supports up as well. So that should help that.
So bored.
Not quite there yet. Oh, that's not going to cause any damage because of the guard gauge.
To the rescue!
I really want someone to get damaged. And then that happens. I said I really want someone to get damaged because then we can finally get that last little bit of healing for Sakura, and then... And you have a full guard gauge, you can't get damaged either. And then you're very unlikely to get damaged. Yeah, there is a sorcerer there. Need to keep an eye on you. There is an outlaw up there. So I could try and set up a shot there. And maybe try luring you... I know with Takumi is probably not the best distribution of experience because he's already quite high level, but...
What now?
And yeah, I just realized then that... yeah, you would have to replay this chapter if you fail the next one. And yeah, Gunther's getting one-shotted now, that's kind of embarrassing.
Age before beauty.
I did it!
The whole idea of having one chapter right after the other with no opportunity to save in a Fire Emblem game is not really the best idea, admittedly. I guess with the endgame chapters it sort of makes sense, but here... And I said earlier, though I actually would prefer it on the endgame chapters, but...
I'll just be here.
I think I've already got these two C support.
What?
And that wasn't the best level up out there, and her strength is actually not all that great starting out. Fortunately, these two don't have a support, so don't need to worry about getting them to heal each other at all. And we have a Berserker. Like I said, I tend to have bad luck luring Berserkers with Ryoma because they tend to kill him, even though he's supposed to have good evasion rate against them. I thought that Armor Knight would do that, but I'm in guard stance, that's fine.
Don't scare me like that. I'm glad you're...
I just realized that I can actually support off the menu before the next chapter.
What do you know?
So I could technically do like a mini part before the next one. Only just realized that now.
We'll be okay.
But I'm not sure if I want to do that or not. Okay, don't. Thank you. We can still go through here. to be careful of these berserkers around here. But I think Kaze should be able to finish this guy off.
I'll protect you.
Surprised no one ever mentioned the fact that there was a big lava field right down this end of the bottomless canyon.
It had to be done.
And now, well, actually, there are multiple people that I can heal. So I guess one for Elise, one for Sakura. And that puts her at max.
Oh, thank God.
And yeah, considering how RNG blessed she's been, I'm looking forward to promoting her. And of course, Elise can't heal Takumi because she is paired up with him at the moment. That was stupid. But oh well.
Hey, don't forget about me.
And that should put Takumi at level 20.
I win.
So two of the Hoshiden siblings hit level 20 at the same time. In fact, I can actually hit the third one at level 20 as well.
What?
Yeah, well, you don't really need to be any more powerful, so I'm kind of fine with that level up. Now, need to be a little careful we don't get trapped by the flames. Actually, I can make you promote right now. It would actually be cool to get all three of the unpromoted Hoshiden siblings promoted in the same chapter. That would actually be very thematic. So, or I could just heal Takumi, but I kind of feel more like doing this. Now, I promoted her to Priestess on the Birthright route, and even though she is quite good in that class, I don't want to waste her really high magic here, so... Well, this would give her better defense to figure how defensive she's been getting. But no, I want to go with Omniology this time, just for a change. Promoting amidst the field of flames. It is actually probably one of the most awesome locations that you could ever promote in. I wonder how the next map is going to be. And that's a generic outfit, isn't it?
I'll try my best.
-2 luck? That's actually really annoying. Why is it that everyone has so many generic outfits in this game? And that's probably a special animation for Nori and Tomes. But let's see how well Sakura does in this class. Of course, in the end, I actually want to try and make at least one of these after an A+ friendship seal. She would really love Tome Fair. It is Tome Fair, right? Yeah, I'm right about that. Now, again, I tend to have problems luring these guys with Ryoma, but... maybe since Camilla... It's funny, normally I don't like having Camilla fight things, but at this point, she is actually the lower leveled one, so she kind of needs this more, although Ryoma's getting his personal skill for her being lower leveled, so in some ways it's beneficial to keep her that low. And that's a 5% crit rate, which scares me. You... really?!
Don't forget me.
Really?! I just had to say it, didn't I? I just had to say it. And that's why fighting berserkers sucks. And that is a one-shot. I think I actually have to use Ryoma here. Well, at least it's not the next chapter.
Not bad.
Because I just really can't imagine having to restart this and the next chapter just because getting hit by a low percent critical like that. And admittedly that wasn't very low percent, that was 5, which is actually comparatively high, but still. I was actually hoping that would miss outright, because that was an 80% hit, 60% hit rate, but of course it didn't. And now if I keep those walls like that, I could actually I need to get rid of you first, but once I do, I can try and snipe these berserkers from over that wall. Which dragon... Yeah, okay, that controls this. I can easily put someone there, and that controls this one. And once I get control of both of them, probably would be able to snipe these things over the wall quite easily. And now what I want to do is... just separate out there. Just to get some healing in. Why do low percent criticals always have to happen like that? They mark the killer weapons with that exclamation mark, but that's actually not the main thing you should be worried about here. High sudden reinforcements. Okay. My guess is it's turn 11, okay. Although they could be proximity triggered. My guess is there will be more of these. That's a 10% critical rate.
Let's have that.
Sora needed to do that. He's only a little bit off a new skill, actually. And I need to heal Effie. So I kind of need to do this, but I need to stay out of that killer bow. I was about to say killer axe, but the berserkers here may as well have killer axes with my luck.
You went and got me mad.
I suppose, I know this is the thing with just, like, low percent criticals like that is why I just would never play a classic no reset run, because I feel like accepting the loss of a character due to that just flat out is not fair, and, like, you really shouldn't have to accept that. I know there are kind of ways that you can mitigate enemy critical rates, but sometimes when it's like a 1 or 2%, which does happen, more often if you're me, but it does happen to most people as well. It's just like, it's why I don't really like, well, I enjoy watching Pokemon Nuzlockes, but actually playing them, not really all that fun, because the vast majority of your deaths are just due to pure luck. Even more so in Pokemon, because every single attack has like a critical rate of 12% at the very least, so... Okay, so like I expected, you do a lot to those berserkers, but I want to get rid of that guy first. I'm not really sure, though... Actually, if I go here and do that to... That's not going to give him a full guard meter. I want to try and get a full guard gauge, and then I can safely enter that guy's range. I could give a rally luck, but he's still quite likely to get criticals. So, need to wait. Knowing my luck, that guy's probably going to crit Ryoma as well. And that is not in range for seeing, okay. And you, unless you have a hand axe, you're not going to get a dual strike on Scarlet, which would be really bad. You could get a dual strike on Scarlet though, which is kind of scary. But you didn't go for it, because this guy moved first.
What a letdown.
Yeah, you didn't critical twice in 230%. That is a let. And that is what I was... Wait, let me see. Okay, that's really bad. Unless I rush in and kill that guy immediately. Then it's actually not so bad, but it is still terrifying. Except I can activate that and that to put the trap back up again. which I should probably go ahead and do right now. Except in order to do that, I need one of you.
Nice work.
Let's see. Yeah, Roma can actually activate that one already. But now, although if I do that, they're all gonna... We can't double them. Interesting, okay. That's actually kind of a good... And Kamui can't double that guy. Which is also maybe a good thing, because it lets someone else finish it off, unless Kamui gets it... He didn't get a Dragon Fang, okay then. So now what I want to do is I want to hit this, and I need a Royal to do that, so... Which has to be Sakura, now, actually. Okay. Dragon's Vein! That's one. And now I need Ryoma for the second one. Dragon's Second Vein! That cuts off the Berserkers from hitting everyone else. Except I just went into a situation where I can't kill that guy! Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it! I'm not paying attention. It's really easy for me to suddenly lose track of everything when something like that 5% critical happens. And that guy is right in range of Sakura. Except her luck is high enough and... I mean... She actually doesn't die to him unless she gets critical, although one of the Berserkers could try and dual strike. This is actually a little bit more dangerous than I thought. I don't exactly want Takumi to get dual strikes on him either. But I don't want her to get a dual strike with those Berserkers. So, gonna do that. And that actually gives me a dual strike on this guy with Sakura.
What shall we do?
And I did not get the critical. Oh yeah, I need to Master Seal you. At the very least, I don't think Sakura needs to worry about dual strikes at the moment. And I would kind of like to use a longbow or something right about now, but I can't really. And I could go for a full guard meter here. Not really sure how this next turn's going to play out, so we'll just have to see. Now I can really see those lava pools. Or... Azuma's already used his move. Yeah, if not, because... Yeah, I am not sending Scarlet in there. I'm not sending Effie in there either. I might send them in next turn, but not now. And Azura is... She can Dragon Vein that, but that's totally fine. Please don't die. Oh, thankfully you prioritize healing. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Now, don't die to a critical. Well, you get a guard here. That's good. And that's pretty decent. Getting kind of even strength and magic. Thank you for not... And now you are doubling these guys. So, lots of wasted experience here. And... Oh, no Dragon Fang, okay. So, once we clear up these guys... Okay. That does pretty much enough. So once we clear these guys out, we can then focus on poison striking Hans to 1 HP, so that I can deal the finishing blow, hopefully, with a certain someone. Let's see if I can... Okay, let's finish... Alright, no, actually, I need to do this. No, he's only got a crit rate of 5 with a killer bow anyway. And yeah, now I can actually get some supports for these two up more easily.
It's done.
I am really looking forward to using these two together after they're both promoted. That's going to be pretty fun. And I might want Hinoka to get some more experience here. See, Azuma's join level is kind of fine, but... Next chapter is the one that really worries me with the joining levels. And Azura is still stuck, but she can at least Dragon's Vein this! Don't know if I'll beat the record of Dragon's Veins in Birthright chapter... Was it 20? I forget what number chapter that one was because it was so pathetically easy. Thank you for missing.
I did it!
And now we actually might need to take down these fires that are blocking our path. But we're pretty much able to do that. Because now it's just down to Hans himself. Unfortunately, I probably have to do this. Dragon's Vein! So now... So what I need to do is I need to make sure that that critical rate is terrifying. I do have a guard gauge though. So yeah, how much does Gunter do though? Oh, he actually does quite well. That's actually pretty surprising. And I don't like that critical rate at all. That's a little better. Because I know that's not going to critical or activate any kind of skill. In some ways, I kind of want to go for this. Go, Sakura, go! And yes, he's still concerned on becoming Han's Duke of generic villains. And Duke of absolutely terrible hit rates. Wait a minute. I don't think Kazuya can kill him now. Yeah, 3. Oh, and I can just go for 2. Unless I critical a lot. Yeah, if Kazuya gets a critical on either one, that would kill Hans. In fact, I don't need Kazuya. He's weakened to the point where Gunter can finish him, so... I know this is a waste of experience, but I'm gonna go for this. Finally time for some payback. Is this gonna give a unique conversation? No, it's not! Ah, missed opportunity.
Damn it.
Well, that was disappointing. And now let's throw his body down the bottomless canyon for good measure. But finally, Gunter has avenged himself.
How disappointing.
That quote could be applied to several things. That level up's probably good by Gunter standards, but could be applied to Hans as a character in general. Me not getting a special boss quote there, but yeah, Gunter pretty much sums it up. Oh, it would have been really satisfying to Luna Hans, but yeah. And so, ding dong, the Psycho's gone. Remember how I said in the ending of... Well, we're wasting no time.
Over.
Remember how I said in the ending of Conquest that it would have really benefited the plot if Hans had died around mid-game? Looks like that actually happened on Revelation, so I'm glad for that. And it looks like a certain someone else is probably going to die by mid-game too. I'm actually not sure where to call this an episode, because I think we're going to get launched right into the next chapter about now. So, for safety's sake, I'm going to end this episode now. So, see you next time for part 2 of the Bottomless Canyon finale.